but I took care of home. I may not have been there for 15 hours, but I came home every night. I didn't sleep out or anything of that nature. And realizing the importance of it, the wife should always be in harmony with that because it is something that is important. See, it's one thing like I think my wife had gone to my mother-in-law once and was complaining about me being gone all the time. And she asked her the question, is he running women? And she said, no, he's visiting the sick in the hospital and whatnot. She said, well, thank God he ain't running women. So if he's visiting in the hospital and he's here and there, because when the Lord called me to the ministry, I was gone. I stayed in the hospitals. I visited the sick, and I went to the jailhouses, and I went places of this nature all the time because God had a calling on my life. He that is called of the Lord is the Lord's what? Free man. This is why God did not choose the woman to be the head of the church or a pastor in the church. Because if she got pregnant and it was time for her to, how's she going to check on the household or the family? See, the church is nothing other than a large family. That's all it is. And so the man has the free to go, whereas the woman guide the house, take care of things of this nature, while the man has the freedom to go. Because when God has called you to do something, no matter what, it's just like when the Lord gave me a message to give unto the church one time, I took it down, showed it to the wife of what God wanted me to do. She says, I'm 100% with you. Now, how do you think that made me feel? When she says, I'm 100% with you, that's being in harmony. And that's the way it should be in every aspect, especially when you know that your husband is saved. He's sanctified, kept by the power of God, that he's not going to do anything outside of what God has called or chose him to do. And so it's very important, as it says, Sarah, even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord. Now, I like this part. Whose daughters ye are, if what? As long as ye do well and not afraid with any amazement. People get amazed. Honey, you mean to tell me you move all the way down to Williamsburg on that farm? Like she said, some of them told her, she ain't going to last. She won't stay down there. Because they couldn't see a city girl leaving the city and moving to the farm. They couldn't see that. Because my wife, it was sort of like Sister Tara. She had everything. She was the only girl. She had it all. Dad made sure, Mom made sure, she had it all. Furs, what you call people would, they would frown on that today. Pina would frown on that day, having furs. She had it all. She had the best dress. She had her own room. She had everything. And so it wasn't a thing that, and that's one thing that I thank God for. She's never been a materialistic woman. Even though she had much, she was never, she wasn't in on that. When I gave her my ring, I forget what I bought for it, but it wasn't no very expensive ring. But she was satisfied. She went about showing it off. But some women got to have a big diamond. Yeah, it was interesting because I gave her a bigger diamond after we got married for a while, and she don't even wear that. And so it's not in the size of the ring. It's in the love that you have, one for the other. Amen? And so it's important. It's very important. It's very important. And then it says, the 7th verse says, likewise your husband dwell with them according to what? Knowledge. Like Deacon Paul was saying, I've learned how to get along with this. With her being tied to the family or whatever, I've learned how to get along with this. Deal with them according to knowledge. And he says, giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel. What does it mean by the weaker vessel? The weaker vessel. What does it mean by the weaker vessel? That's going to be the last question right here. We're going to have to finish up. What does it mean by the weaker vessel?
Every time you take something from something else that is weaker, and God took the woman from the man.
So that made her to be the weaker
The weaker of the two.
weaker of the two. Well, why is it that men are so weak where women is concerned? You know, that's a man's question. That's a man's question. I asked the question one time, what do you women have that make men so weak?
That's a great mystery.
That's that mystery. Deacon Oak said what? Seeking peace. Amen. It's very important. It's very, very important. Yep. All right. Now, I like this part where it comes down, it says, giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel, and as being heirs together of the grace of life, that your what? That your prayers be not hindered. So if the husband and wife can't work together, then your prayers are being hindered. It is a mystery. And this is why it's so important that we all work together in the spirit of unity and in love. It is like the precious ointment that ran down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard, right down to the skirts of his garment. Because, see, that's where God commands his blessings. As, who was it, Brother Keith was saying about being blessed. Your blessings comes through obedience. And God has commanded you to work together in the spirit of unity and love, and that the woman is to be in subjection unto her own husband, as the church is subjected unto Christ, so are you supposed to be to your husband, and the husband is supposed to love you as Christ loves the church. This is the mystery, the great mystery. Time has expired. We're going to have to finish this up on the next time around. Amen. So as one person said, part 2 is the end of it. I said, I don't think so, because there is much more into marriage than 2 parts. There's a great deal more. And I want to thank each and every one of you for your participation and your input into this. And we thank God for getting this far. Yes, go ahead, brother. Mm-hmm. Oh, thank you, brother. Mm-hmm.
And that just makes her, if I stayed at my parents' house, then that would make her feel less than a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to take care of her man. So I stay at home, to support her, just to make her feel more of a woman.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I interpret that. I stay at home.
And mom might be the better cook, and food might be good, but be satisfied.
And see, it's no offense, my mother has asked me plenty of times, do you want something? I say, no.
Thank you. I appreciate that, brother. Mm-hmm. Unless they're grapes. Yeah. Yeah, good. Okay. All right. So we got that. Amen. So we thank God indeed for all things. So we're going to turn the service over to the dig and take up collection, and let's get ready to go home. Amen.